The transfer window is officially closed and Manchester United have brought in a total of 5 players. We have also let go a total of 12 players, and Ineos have thought that Manchester United's biggest reason for finishing 15th place was the fact that we couldn't score goals. Manchester United have rectified that position now. We have brought in a brand new front three. Matheus Cunha from Wolves, Brian Mbeumo from Brentford, and Benjamin Šeško from Leipzig. We've also had goalkeeping issues. Onana has been an absolute disaster since replacing De Gea with high-profile mistake after high-profile mistake. We also have Bayern Dier in goal, who's a nightmare at set pieces. Every single time we get a corner, it looks like we will concede a goal. Manchester United have also rectified this goalkeeping position by bringing in Lammens. Lammens is a project keeper, but the data that Ineos have shown with his high shot-stopping percentage and his total saves being the best in the world, Ineos have brought him in based on data to rectify this current situation that United are facing in goal. Manchester United have had a midfield issue since Ferguson has left. However, Ineos didn't rectify this position. I know we was looking at Carlos Baleba, but we didn't manage to get that over the line. And after Carlos Baleba, it looks like it was Carlos Baleba or bust. There was links of Stiller, there was links of Wharton, but ultimately Manchester United have not signed anyone in that midfield position. And we are going to speak on that and rank Manchester United's transfer window out of 10. And also each individual transfer out of 10 as well. So make sure you like, subscribe, follow all the social media platforms. It's your boy Matchday Shows or Shows. Let's talk business. Manchester United started the transfer window bringing Matheus Cunha. And I'm not going to lie, I was over the moon with this signing. He scored 15 goals and got 5 assists last season in the Premier League, carrying the Wolves side. He also played in a similar position to the position he's playing in now, albeit he hasn't played there much because we haven't had Šeško in the lineup. But Matheus Cunha is going to thrive in that left 10 position, in my opinion. I think this is like the best of the rest again. Do you know what I'm saying? In terms of the left forward position market, it's not really great if I'm being honest. Do you know what I mean? I think we've got the best one, if I'm honest. I think Matheus Cunha gets into many of the top 6 teams, if I'm keeping it real. You guys let me know your opinion on that, but I think he does. Do you get what I'm saying? I think he's an absolute maverick and he's going to lead Manchester United this season with his ball carrying ability and his ability to get goals and pick a pass. Do you know what I'm saying? So Matheus Cunha, for me, I'm going to have to give this signing a 9 out of 10. If I'm honest with you, a 9 out of 10. Let me know if that's too high or too low. The next player we brought in was Brian Mbeumo. Brian Mbeumo, was probably going on for about 6 weeks. Do you know what I'm saying? United fans, we finally got him over the line for the price of 75 million euros, which is equivalent to, I believe, 71 million pounds. This could have been done for 65 million. But so be it. Brian Mbeumo managed to get 20 goals last season, 15 non-penalty goals, and he also had, I believe, 6 assists for Brentford. Again, Manchester United have needed a right 10 or a right winger. I know we have Ahmad, but it's good to have options, and I think Brian Mbeumo is the best out of Salah and Saka. They're the top 2, and then the rest, he's next. Do you know what I'm saying? So again, we brought the best of the rest. Ferguson were accustomed to doing this, and I think Ineos have kind of adapted that approach now. Do you get what I'm saying? Buying proven players that are ready to make an impact straight away. He scored against Burnley when I was at Old Trafford. He was absolutely unreal. People just think that Brian Mbeumo is a goal scorer. His all-round game is really good. He's a high IQ player. He's got bags of pace. He's a great finisher. And also his first touch is unbelievable. He's just a credible footballer. I'm going to give this signing also an 8 out of 10. Next, Manchester United brought in Benjamin Šeško. And we've been needing a striker for so long. Obviously, Rasmus Højlund has been absolutely terrible. His first season was pretty good, if I'm honest. But then again, there was too many games where it was just scattered. Do you know what I mean? His goals came in bunches. He'll go like 15 games without a goal, then he'll get 7 in a row or 5 in a row. And then again, a drought again. Wasn't good enough, wasn't consistent enough. We bought a project player in Rasmus Højlund, and we've kind of bought another project striker in Benjamin Šeško. Why they're completely different is that Benjamin Šeško has already 100 career goals. Do you get what I'm saying? He's 22 years old, and he already has 100 career goals. He's coming in with a lot more pedigree than Rasmus Højlund did at when he came from Atlanta. Do you know what I'm saying? He's played 2 years in the Bundesliga. He's played 1 year in the Austrian Bundesliga, and also he's been the main striker for his country, Slovenia. Do you get what I'm saying? So yes, it's a project, but there's a lot more pedigree in there, and he's been on the radar for top clubs for about 4 years. Do you get what I'm saying? In terms of this signing, I think for the price and where Manchester United are at, as you know, currently Benjamin Šeško is not in the lineup. Mason Mount is in the lineup for tactical reasons, also maybe a bit of fitness. But I think a lot of it is down to tactical reasons and Ruben Amorim lacking Mason Mount leading the press. However, I think all United fans would say that we wanted a more ready-made striker, in a sense where we can get a striker that's going to come in straight away and not have an adjustment period. Do you get what I'm saying? So obviously we can only go off the basis of where Manchester United are at now. I think Benjamin Šeško has the potential to be a great striker. I believe he's got good link-up play. I believe he's a good header of the ball. He's a good ball striker of the ball. He's got pace about him. But obviously, there's a long way to go and there's a lot to improve on. Do you get what I'm saying? So I'm going to have to give this a signing. In terms of potential, obviously, he's got, I say there's 8 out of 9 out of 10 potential in Benjamin Šeško. But just for where we're out now, I think this money used here would have been better used elsewhere, in my opinion, just because of the sheer factor that we did not sign a midfielder. But we're going to touch on that. So I'm going to give this signing a signing of 6.5. Not because I don't believe Benjamin Šeško's a good player. I think he's got a huge potential. And I think Manchester United, once he starts getting in the team, he's going to find his feet and start scoring goals, because Brian Mbeumo and Matheus Cunha link up very well with a target man. Do you know what I'm saying? And I know Benjamin Šeško is not just a target man because he's able to get in behind and run the channels too, with the quickness he does and the physical specimen he is. Do you get what I'm saying? You saw it with Matheus Cunha linking up with Strand Larsen, and also you saw it with Brian Mbeumo linking up with Ivan Toney and Wisa. Do you know what I'm saying? So yes, they've got a platform to build on. That's a great front three, but I'm going to have to give a Benjamin Šeško just for the sheer factor that we didn't get a midfielder and we probably needed a ready-made striker right now. Not to say Benjamin Šeško can't be that, but right now I'm going to have to give this move a 6.5 out of 10. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Next one is Diego León. We're going to just touch on that quickly. I'm going to give this, I don't know. I'm not really going to rate Diego León, to be honest, because I think that's more of a youth signing. So we're going to go straight on to Lammens. And I'm going to give this signing, again, I haven't watched him enough to know, but going off the data, basically, Ineos have signed him off data. His shot-stopping ability is crazy, and he made the most saves last season, innit? But I'm going to give this signing probably a 7 out of 10, just because I can only go off what the data's showing, innit? Ineos ain't watched him enough. They've gone off data, and I'm going off data too. Do you know what I'm saying? And the sheer factor that we didn't get Emi Martinez, because Emi Martinez has been not good enough. He made 6 mistakes last season, more than Onana, to put things into perspective. And Manchester United fans wanted him. Villa fans wanted him out. He costed Villa the Champions League. So I'm good with getting Lammens, but I probably would have bought both and got rid of Bayern and Onana, but this ain't Football Manager, unfortunately. Let's move on to the departures anyway, because there were a lot of high-profile departures. Do you know what I'm saying? Obviously, the biggest one would, I'd say, be Marcus Rashford. He's obviously on loan at Barcelona. Hasn't worked out quite yet, but there's a loan option for 30 million there. After that, we'll see if he can perform, and let's see if Barcelona take him for that. The biggest sum we got was, I believe, 40 million for Alejandro Garnacho. Obviously, it's a shame how that worked out. It was a youngster with huge promise when he first broke into the team. I felt like we fast-tracked him too much and his ego got the better of him and he tried to be something he's not. Do you know what I'm saying? But obviously, he's an academy player, but good riddance, innit? His attitude stunk. And I'm happy that he's out of our club and he's not our problem no more. I would have liked more based on the market. There was other players that have achieved less than Garnacho, going for 50 million plus. So I would have liked the 50 million mark. But when you air your dirty laundry out and you put a position where he only wanted to go to Chelsea, 40 million seems okay. So I'm going to give this an 7 out of 10. Do you know what I mean? That deal. Just because I'm happy he's gone, yes, but I feel like Manchester United should have got a bigger fee. The next deal we're going to be talking about is Anthony. Anthony obviously left yesterday to Real Betis, and I'm gassed. I can't lie. I'm just going to give this a sure 8 out of 10, if I'm honest with you. Yes, the fee is bad. However, Manchester United have a 50% transfer clause, so we get 50% of the transfer fee if he is sold again and another big club wants to pick him up. I'm just happy to see the back of him. We've got Ahmad in that position, and we've also got Brian and Mbeumo in that position. And Anthony was on 200k a week. Do you know what I mean? So for me, 8 out of 10, the fact that he's just gone. Rasmus Højlund, this deal is interesting because we got a loan fee with about £4 or £5 million, I believe. 6 million euros. I don't know what that equates to in pounds, but I think that's about 4 million. And the obligation, I believe, is 40 million. So that's a total of 44 million for Rasmus Højlund. Yes, we bought him for 73 million, but considering what he's shown at United, this is pretty a good deal, if I'd say. Do you know what I mean? Hopefully it's not a Sancho situation and then Højlund comes back like Sancho did, innit? But for me, again, I'm going to give this an 8 out of 10, just to the fact is that he's not here no more. He's not our problem. Not to say that Rasmus Højlund's a bad guy and he's not a good footballer. I just don't think it's going to work at Manchester United long term. And I think he's better suited for where he's at in terms of Napoli, where he's going to get more space to run in behind and there's less physical defenders in terms of their pace and physical specimens. Do you know what I'm saying? Yes, Italian known for their physicality, but they're not known for how fast they can run. Do you get what I mean? The next one we're going to be talking about is Jadon Sancho. And again, it's a loan. So I'm going to have to give this a low. I'm gonna have to give this a low score if I'm honest with you, because he's still at the club. Apparently, we even gonna sign him on for another year just to protect his value or something. But I'm gonna be real. I just get him gone. Do you know what I mean? We just have to take the L with this one. This is the worst transfer signing Manchester United have ever done. If we're keeping it stacked, do you know what I mean? Jadon Sancho is the worst Manchester United signing of all time. I'm happy to see the end of him, but why are we renewing this contract? Seriously, forget the 50 million or 20 million, whatever it is. He's on 250k a week. We're not going to shift him. It's just going to be the same thing every single summer. Do you get what I'm saying? So I'm going to have to give this a 3 out of 10 just because I'm happy he's gone. Yes, but then again, he's going to be here next season because we've agreed another contract. Do you get what I mean? We're gonna be in the same situation, struggling. I don't understand why we're going to agree to that, but it is what it is. I've just rated the transfers individually, but overall, I'm going to have to give this window a 6 out of 10. Do you know what I'm saying? It can't be higher than a 6 for me because we didn't address the biggest problem for me, it's our biggest problem, innit? Our midfield is absolutely terrible. Do you know what I'm saying? Our midfield options consist of Ugarte, Kobe, Bruno, and Casemiro. And for me, it's just disappointing. Do you know what I'm saying? It's really disappointing because we had to address this position. Do you know what I'm saying? At the start of the preseason, Ruben Amorim said we need someone physical in there. We didn't get Carlos Baleba, but we also didn't push enough for me. Do you get what I'm saying? I feel like, yes, we wanted him. Yes, we made contact, but there was no bid. Do you know what I'm saying? There was no bid, and we knew Baleba was going to be big money. Ineos should be more competent in a sense where they should have backups to Baleba. Do you know what I'm saying? It shouldn't just be Baleba or bust. But that's what Ineos have done ultimately. And yeah, it's not great. You know what I mean? Every big team's midfield is just way better than us. And we've been struggling with this position since Ferguson. Like I said, let's even look at it. It's ludicrous to think United have neglected this position. So I came across this on Twitter. I also saw Saeed when I was watching Saeed's live yesterday. And I think it's called Straight Jacket Podcast with Minar, Musa, and Nuruddin. So yeah, go check that out. But it's very interesting because look at the signings we have got in midfield since Ferguson has left, man. It's an absolute joke. 13-14, we got Marouane Fellaini. 14-15, Herrera. Next season, Schweinsteiger and Schneiderlin. Absolutely awful. Schweinsteiger was a bad boy, by the way. But when we bought him, he was out of his prime, out of shape, everything. Paul Pogba, the best midfielder I've seen for a long time. One of my favorite players ever. But again, we misprofiled him and we didn't use him correctly. We didn't get him a partner. He was playing with Fred. and McTominay for the most part. We got Matic again, but we had 1 season out of him. Do you know what I mean? We had 1 season out of him. We didn't sign him in his prime like Chelsea did, and he won trophies over there at Chelsea, winning Premier League multiple times. I know he won a trophy here, but it wasn't to the level that Matic was at Chelsea when he came to United. Do you know what I'm saying? He was way better at Chelsea, and he was in his prime at Chelsea. Fred, I think Fred was underrated in my opinion. I don't think he was a starter, but I feel like if he was used as a squad player as opposed to a starter in every single game, he'd be a bit more appreciated. Do you get what I'm saying? Next season, we signed nobody. 2021, Van der Beek, brother, this guy was useless. Do you know what I'm saying? He wasn't even, I don't even think it was a Ollie signing. I think the club just said, hold that, basically. And you saw how Van der Beek worked out. He couldn't even do his thing at flipping Everton. You get what I'm saying? Then after that, we signed nobody again. 22-23, Eriksen, Casemiro. This was probably our best midfield since Pogba, Matic, and Herrera. Do you get what I'm saying? And even then, Casemiro gave us 1 year. Now you could see his legs have gone now. People can't gaslight me to say Casemiro is not an issue. It is an issue because at one point, Amrin wasn't even playing him. Do you know what I'm saying? He was out of the team, out of the squad, not even getting to match day squads. Eriksen was a good stopgap, obviously, but he only gave us 1 year, and then Andy Carroll done his dance, and that was that. Amrabat was horrible in a sense where playing him left back, but he did play in the FA Cup final against Man City, and he was absolutely colossus. So I will like Amrabat for that. Ugarte, you know my opinion on Ugarte. He's poor. He's poor. Ugarte is poor. Let's keep it real. Do you know what I mean? PSG wouldn't have got rid of him if they rated him one bit. They currently have João Neves, and you saw what João Neves done the other weekend, just scoring a hat-trick, 2 bicycle kicks, and an absolute steamer from an absolute rocket. Do you know what I'm saying? From about 25 yards into the top bin. So just this signing alone was set us back so much. And then obviously this window we signed nobody. It's just not good enough, you know. Like, this is Manchester United, a massive institution, biggest club in England, yeah. And look at the midfielders. Like, what is going on here? It's not a coincidence that we've been a poor team since Ferguson left, because we've missed out the most important position of the field, midfield. Do you get what I'm saying? With that being said, United fans, let me know your thoughts on the window. Obviously, I rated the window 6 out of 10, just because, again, I feel like we missed out completely. I feel it's so crazy to me how we've neglected this midfield, how Ineos have neglected this midfield. Like, it just doesn't make sense. You know what I mean? It's our most important position. It's the most important position of the field. It's the middle of the field. Do you know what I'm saying? We can limit transitions if we signed a proper midfielder in there. We can keep the ball better if we signed a proper midfielder in there. However, United didn't do that. I'm not going to sit here and be angry. I think I've been pretty balanced with my opinions here. Again, I'm excited about our signings individually, but collectively as a team, we missed out. We missed a beat not signing that midfielder. Do you get what I'm saying? And ultimately, I think that will cause us problems. Hopefully, between now and January, Casemiro, Kobe, Bruno's, Ugarte become just steady eddies and just get over the line to January. Maybe we can strengthen then and sign in, I don't know, a position for 25 million. But we could have done that now in the summer, and we haven't. So it's going to be interesting. I just hope now this ultimately not signing this midfielder doesn't cost Manchester United's position in the table, because I think we have a good squad. I just think it's the only thing that I hate about our team is that midfield. But what can I do? I don't make the decisions. We don't make the decisions. As fans, we can just only sit here and give our opinion. But I'm going to be supporting regardless. I'm very excited with the players that have come in. So let me know your thoughts in the comments. What do you rate the signings out of 10? What do you rate Manchester United's window out of 10? And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. It's your boy Matchday Shows. Smash the like, make sure you subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.